Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a night off. That's right. We are taking a night off from drag for just one evening to talk to you as ourselves, as our non drag personas, and just relax a little bit. Because one thing we notice in the drag community that happens a lot is people burn themselves out, and it's very easy to do. So we've decided a night off is what we're going to do tonight. But we're still here. We're still going to answer your questions. We're still going to wonder why my green screen is doing that just there, and I don't understand it. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, let's dive right in with a little who, what, and where. It's one of my favorite segments here. Who am I? I am Jade DeVere. I am actually Mitch tonight, the man behind Jade DeVere. I am a drag artist. I am an actor. I am 43 years old, and I grew up in Central PA, and I'm happily married and all that fun stuff. The questions I don't usually answer when I'm in drag. What am I wearing? I am taking it easy tonight. I still have my nails done from a gig this weekend. I am wearing my New Jersey Renaissance Fair hoodie right now. I am a writer and director out at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, and we had our first rehearsal this weekend. So I'm a little galvanized about that. I am not wearing a stitch of makeup. I have my hair back in a ponytail because I am taking it easy. Most importantly, I am wearing my wedding ring. I always wear it around my neck because I am a klutz and I will lose it if I don't. Last but not least, where can you find me? You can find me every Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I also have a lot of gigs coming up. Like I said, you can find me at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair the last weekend of May, first weekend of June. We are a rain or shine fair. I would tell you what I'm playing, but that's not set in stone yet. We're still working on that. I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. But my primary focus is directing this year. So I'm doing what I love. Oh my God, comment section just blew up. Before I get to the comment section, I just want to remind everyone that we still have our Patreon. Inside the Drag Closet is on Patreon. That is right. We are still putting up exclusive content. We have kind of slowed down a little bit, but we have some new stuff in the works. So keep your eyes on that. One thing that is going to be a Patreon exclusive, we are booked at several Pride events, and we will be doing all-day live streams from those Pride events. So if you want to see what that is like, make sure you head on over to the Patreon. You can subscribe for just $5 a month, and all of that money goes right back into the show and lets us create more fantastic content for you. And we have our merch available at www.jadedevere.com/merch. Let me pull that up here. We have, of course, the Inside the Drag Closet hoodies and t-shirts, Inside the Drag Closet and chill. What you do after the show is your own damn business. We've got the coffee mugs. Everyone who has the coffee mugs said they love them. So I love that. Also, we have a new logo. You will see this at those Pride events. And I just remembered I was going to hand them out tonight, but we decided to do this episode from our respective homes. Hey, ladies, I have coffee mugs for the two of you. So yeah, and they've got this logo on them. This is the new, This is the new Inside the Drag Closet logo that we just came up with. I am super excited about it. I think it looks amazing. So that merch will be coming out soon. Let's head on over to the comment section. Let's see who's watching. Vicky, of course, one of the first ones in. Hi, Vicky. And Josh, hello, everyone. Robin Hare is watching. Hey, all. Hi there, sweetheart. Cassie, Hunter, fancy meeting you all here. I was literally chatting with Cassie right before the show started. Amethyst Diamond is watching this evening. Howdy, y'all. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? My husband, Derek, is watching. Kenneth is watching. Why are we in your bedroom? Looking forward to tonight. I had a different background up, and my husband gave me flack about it, so I changed it to a bedroom. This isn't my bedroom. This is a green screen. Can't even deal with it. Vicky, I'm wearing my New Jersey Ren Fair sweatshirt as well. They're so comfy. I had another one, and I lost it, so I had to buy another one. Jamie Angel, so is tonight like the boy interview part of pageants? Actually, we could do that. A lot of interviews do a non-drag interview, so we could definitely do that. It used to be called Male Interview, but we have so many drag artists who don't identify as male, so we're just going to call it Non-Drag Interview. Miss Tammy is watching. Hi, sweetheart. Casey, can't wait for the night off to see where this adventure takes us. Neither can I. Brianna Williams is watching. Hi, sweetheart. I have my merch on and ready for the show. Go ahead. Kitty DeVille is watching. Kitty, I love that name. Hello, you beautiful soul. Oh, thank you. Mama Thompson is watching this evening. Oh, it's Robin. My phone is charging. That's amazing. Reed is watching. Amethyst again. Oh my gosh, everybody is in. Miss Sarah Bask. Wait, not in drags tonight? Nope. Taking a night off. We are learning to not burn ourselves out. So that is the goal for this evening. Speaking of which, I want to chat with my beautiful, beautiful colleagues in this fantastic Inside the Drag Closet endeavor. So let's welcome both here. We have got, and I'm going to use their given names at this point. Let's welcome Dustin and Bryce. How dare you?
Oh, hello.
That is amazing.
How are you this evening?
Good. How are you two doing?
Doing so great.
Okay, what? Okay, how to make yourself miserable? What is this?
Yeah, what
Have
is
you
that
never
about?
seen this book before?
No.
I picked this up at a book fair when I was 13 or 14 years old at Wilson College here in Chambersburg. It's one of those book fairs where you can fill a whole bag, whatever kind of bag you bring, for $5. I have kept this book with me side by side. It has fueled my anxiety, undiagnosed. It has fueled my depression.
Wow.
This
That's
is so.
many questions.
It tells you what to what is it? I just thought it was like, if you are a famous person, how do you like make yourself miserable? If you're not a famous person, how do you make yourself miserable? If you're rich, how do you make yourself miserable? It's just a really great book.
Wow.
I'm going to take your word for that, sis.
No.
That's crazy. I love that.
I'm going to take your word for that.
Listen, it's so good. It's like the worst book to ever read. If you're living with anxiety.
Huh. But I'm willing to bet it's also kind of like a good way to confront that anxiety.
Yes. Okay, so here, boom. How to make yourself, if you're miserable, if you're a talented person. All three, well, y'all two are very talented. So, for number one, brood about how when you go to see the work of somebody in your own field, you're either so critical you have a terrible time, or you're so envious you feel even worse. So going to go see a drag queen and you're like, oh, this messy ass bitch. Or you're like, oh, she's so beautiful. I wish I could never be like that.
I feel
Number
so
two.
seen right now.
I feel extremely attacked.
This book is so good. It tells your inner secrets. Brood about how you're fair game for critics who have no talent themselves. Brood about how just when you seem to be getting somewhere in a certain circle, you are always pushed to compete in a bigger circle where your accomplishments look smaller and where the competition is so much tougher. And number five, wonder whether you're losing your talent. This book is evil. This book is evil.
Yeah, because you just unlocked some things in my brain that were just fine being where they were. So thanks. You're right. Now I have anxiety. Damn it.
I like that you went anxiety and a little crack addiction all at the same time.
Just a little bit.
Bobby.
Oh my God.
No, we'll see you on Friday for that mess. Tune in Friday at Divas Down Under if you want to see some cracked out Bobby.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you kids ready? Well, and if you haven't gotten your tickets for Divas Down Under yet, it is sold out. So our comedy show, like, it's going to be crazy.
We told you it would.
Yeah. We warned you that the show would sell out. However, tickets are already on sale for the May show, which is Rehoboth Queen Takeover 2.0 with Paula Frost, Poison, Deja Diamond Jamassier, Christina Dahl, Katarina Couture, Amethyst Diamond, and Jade DeVere. So, and we already have tickets sold.
Yes. That's the thing. People always ask me, "Oh, is your show coming up here soon?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's sold out. I told you to buy tickets a month ago." Sorry.
We love our fans. We love everybody who comes to support us. But when we tell you buy your tickets, we mean buy your tickets. And I think that's a good way to start this evening. I've noticed it, and I wanted to know if the two of you have noticed that the attendance of shows and the love we are getting is much different now after COVID.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, because it has been like an exponential difference. Huge difference. It almost seems as though people have never seen drag before. Like, this is a new thing. And now all of a sudden people are like, give it to me. Like, it's insane. It's insanity.
I wonder if it's because people actually finally got the time in quarantine to binge watch Drag Race.
Maybe.
Like, you're always so busy in your life, running around, doing this. So, like, whenever you finally hear, like, we just had a lot of folks come to our shows, our show at Divas, and, like, they're like, "This is my first drag show." And I'm like, oh, you chose the wrong show to come to, girl, because everything else is going to be subpar compared.
That part.
Be like, don't go to that club in the middle of Harrisburg, baby, because you're going to be disappointed. No names. No defamation lawsuits.
I hear they just walk around and collect money.
What? Ooh.
So speaking of RuPaul's Drag Race, I don't know if either of you, I've noticed, and this is something that's been going on in the drag community for a while, most drag performers don't really watch the show anymore.
No.
But have either of you been keeping up to date with season 14?
Oh, yes.
I guess I can say yes to that, yeah.
Yeah. We are currently on episode 12. 35. Right, episode 35. At this point, only 7 girls have gone home. And there have been so many episodes where no one has gone home that people are like, what is going on?
Well, I think it's 2 or 3 more episodes until the finale. And it's like, we still have the finale, then we have the crowning that has to happen. That's like 4 more episodes. If they do another quarantine episode, that's 5 more episodes. If someone else stays home or someone else stays, that's 6 more episodes.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps on getting second and third chances. Like Miss Diabetica, as Cornbread would say. Sis has a lot of mouth, but she was the first one sent home.
Yeah.
And got a second chance. But she has a lot of mouth, though. How do you all feel about the aspect of this golden bar?
I was going to bring that up because, that's something they've been saying from the very beginning. And here we are. Spoiler alert for anyone who has not watched it yet. They did last week was the Lollapalooza, and this week was Moulin Rouge. And Bosco was up for elimination. She pulled out her chocolate bar, and she had the golden chocolate bar.
Wow.
Yep.
Were any of us surprised?
No.
Why?
Bosco's a front runner.
Yeah.
Bosco's a front runner.
Mm-hmm.
They like her. They love her. They don't love her as much as they love Georges, but they love them some Bosco. They allowed that girl to walk the runway 4 times wearing the same bra and panties. They read Latrice Royale for wearing the same boots, and I'm like, she wears a size 14. There's no shoes. There's no shoes.
That's the only boot she has. It's the only shoe the bitch got. Look at those shoes.
It's a mess.
Well, and all of the recap shows are saying the exact same thing. They're just like, we like her, but it's the same look again. And when she came out and she wore that, like, I loved the structured, like, 1960s sci-fi, but like super 1980s sexy look she did. I was like, I love it, but I've seen it 3 times.
Fifth Element. It was giving Fifth Element. I was like, but
was that on the most recent episode?
Okay.
Yeah,
I loved the look, but I was just like, it's such an art piece, but it's the same bra, corset, panty that we've seen a few times.
Yeah, wear panties, specialists. Wear panties.
Yeah.
I gagged though whenever they were like, Georges, who do you think you should go home? She said Bosco. And if we're talking about track records, we should talk about the girl who had 3 bottom lip syncs in 1 episode. I was like, oh my God.
She did. I thought she was gone.
I sat there and sipped that tea. I was like, okay, Georges is spicy.
Yep. Daniel Jackson just pointed out something perfect. Bosco looks great in that combo, but wearing it every episode, no. Like,
right. We don't need another Violet Chachki.
Yeah.
Or another Bianca Del Rio.
Wearing
that same sundress every single episode.
Yeah,
that's true.
Orion just asked a very poignant question. Honest question: how much of Drag Race is real and how much is staged? We don't know.
All of it. All of it staged.
Yes. That's under contract. We are not at liberty to say.
No, I ain't never applied for the show, and I don't plan to apply for the show. These girls be working their butts off, and the judges edit the mess out of that show. The judges will edit the lip syncs, so they'll show one girl more than the other girl. They have multiple times that they are like, so for the runways, they film the runways twice. Once with music, and once with the judges doing a commentary over it. So they have the ability to choose the best runway for some of these girls. But did you see what they did to Diabetes this one episode? She fell, hit that ground. They filmed her runway twice. They could have used the runway where she didn't fall, but instead they used the one where she fell.
Yeah. Well, that one makes more money and has more ratings.
Exactly.
Well,
so it's very edited.
Detox just did an interview recently, and they asked her, like, how did you feel about when she had to lip sync against Jinx? And she was just like, that wasn't originally the song. They changed that song. None of us had heard it before, except when we were all getting ready, because someone was singing that song, and it was Jinx's favorite song. So I watch the recap shows. I think of Drag Race as entertainment, but not as actual competition anymore.
Yeah.
It's a great advertiser.
Yeah.
Right. And in all fairness, let's not give RuPaul's Drag Race any more airtime. Let's talk about us.
That's true. I like that idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who out there has questions for us? I will warn you, we are going to answer the questions. Actually, a funny comment came in from Inside the Drag Closet. I miss Jade, Amethyst, and Anastasia. Who are these humans on my screen? I was thinking to myself, who the hell has admin privileges? Scarlet Overkill, I see you.
Oh,
I see you.
We're the people that actually run the show behind them bitches. That's right.
Exactly.
We're in charge.
You need sleeping bags.
You see them? I earned this.
Did you just say sleeping bags?
Sleeping bags. Night. Yeah.
Night.
Oh, here's the old merch. Talking about Scarlet, I am wearing some of the old merch here. Is this still available on our store?
It sure is. All of the previous merch is still available. So if you want to get any of the merch that is Affirmations with Anastasia, Diamond Dish, Snatched by Scarlet, or Just Ask Jade, that merch is still available as well.
Yes. One recommendation that I would make with this shirt in particular, there are some colors that like to peel the design off. Put this shirt inside out and you should have no issues whatsoever. I washed all my shirts and I've had no issues, but some other girls, I believe Jade, you had some issues with yours peeling. So
let me grab my hoodie.
Oh Lord.
You two talk.
Talk.
Casey, that's a wonderful idea. Casey said to slap some LVs on it and call it a Louis Vuitton. Louis
Oh,
Vuitton.
are we slapping it sort of like how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? Mess.
I'm just kidding. Oh, aren't we tired? We do drag all the time.
I don't do drag all the time. I just work. I be working, dealing with issues, and then I'm like, I guess I'll do drag this weekend, and I come on to the club.
Right.
Oh, wow! Disintegration.
Wow. So, at first, I thought that was just a huge stain. You know what I mean? I was like, Jade.
It is.
Come through, Thanos. Snap.
Very seriously.
Thanos said.
So that's the thing. I will say though, like the tie-dye inside the drag closet shirt was really nice because it was it wasn't a logo printed on the shirt. It was actually the tie-dye was dyed onto it, but the inside the drag closet was actual negative space.
Yeah. So okay.
Those are really nice.
Okay.
I don't know how these folks make these kind of things. This is so fantastic. Like the merchandise industry, y'all keep doing your thing. People who know how to engrave things into wood, baby, I just burn the wood up.
Right.
It's everything.
All right. We got our first question here from Orion Angel.
Oh.
If someone around you is being a negative Nancy, are you the type of person who will ignore it, confront them, or absorb it and turn negative yourself? Bryce, do you want to start with that one?
Yeah, I'm just finding the page here about how to kill relationships. No, fully, if someone's being a negative Nancy and I'm trying to, I'm one of those girls that's gonna start talking about you. If I'm like not in the same space as you, like I'm gonna be like, I don't understand what the fuck Amethyst is up with tonight, but she needs to chill out. Like, I will not have a conversation with you because obviously you are not trying to be in nobody else's space. You came out to have a bad time. Go home. Go home. Now, that's me whenever I'm in drag. If I'm at work, I'm going to go to the person and ask them how they're doing, what's going on, why they've had a change in, you know, their disposition, if there's anything I can do to help. But I'm not getting paid for that when I'm not at work.
Valid.
That is very true.
How about you, Dustin? I can't call the two of you those names.
I can't stand hearing you call us by our names.
It felt so wrong.
Goes right through me. I'm like, that is not my name. Oh my god.
Dustin and Bryce, how are you doing this evening? Nope.
Doing great, Jade.
Right, no. Doing great, Jade. Thanks. You know, as far as someone being a negative Nancy, you know, I'm a very empathic person. I soak up emotion no matter where I am in any room. I've dealt with it my whole life. I'm a Pisces. That's just how we are. Mm-hmm. So I've learned to master my own emotion and control in the give and take that is in between all that. Usually, if I see someone being negative, I'll acknowledge it to myself. And I'll probably ask myself, do I need to get involved? If I do get involved, what's that going to do for me? Typically, I just ignore it. You know what I mean? I'll definitely give you a side eye. You'll definitely get a side eye out of me. But, you know, I don't have time for that. I ask myself, you know, I'm above that and I'm better than that. So I ignore it.
I'm not your counselor. I'm not your partner. I'm not, maybe I'm not even your damn friend. So, no. I don't know why you have this attitude or where it came from, but baby, I mean, like, especially depending on if it's at the club or it's in the dressing room or something, like, I don't have time for that energy. I need to change, move.
That's not what I'm here for. You know, yeah. That's not a part of my contract today. So you want to throw me an extra couple $100? I'll listen to you for a minute, but yeah, my time's by the minute, honey.
If we want to talk about, are we able to talk about like sort of like we don't. Some of us, well, we kind of sort of know. We do like meet and greets after shows.
Mhm.
And so, like, how do you feel about a negative Nancy at a meet and greet? And, like, how do you handle that? Because I've had some times where people have told me some very heavy things. And I'm like, it's so great to see you. Thanks for coming out to Divas Down Under 2022. That's like, I don't know how you want me to interact. Like, I don't know what do you want me to say?
That's I've had that situation too, and it's that awkward thing where you're trying to be there for everyone and just kind of, take those pictures, get that last minute coin, and you're kind of like, oh, I'm here for you. I hope things get better. But it's an awkward spot because you are still in the public eye in that moment.
I fully never say, I'm here for you, reach out. I do not say that. I do not have the time nor energy nor space to be able to handle your specific issue. I personally got people who are messaging me about shit all the time. Like, I got people, oh, can you tell me about the trans swimmer Leah Thomas? I want to more education on this. Google's free.
How about it?
But I got people messaging me about that. What are the local resources? And I'm like, I understand, like, I'm like one of the only individuals who are vocal about queer education and queer resources and all that kind of stuff. But baby, you're messaging me on my time. I'm not getting paid for this. And same thing for individuals who are like, oh yeah, this is my sob story. Like, I think it was Sharon Needles who said at one of her meet and greets, she was like, I'm going to meet with you all, but I do not want to hear one story about how you attempted suicide. I don't want to hear about this. It is too draining, and I'm here to be here for you all and have a good time. If you tell me that, I cannot do my job.
That's fair. Because it's throwing it on us to be the counselor in that moment. And while we want to show empathy, but at the same time, we're focused on a million other things, especially at the end of a show. We're exhausted.
Yeah. My feet are killing me. I ain't got no breath. I'm about to bust out of this girdle. What was that, a stabbing motion? Girl. And then the other thing is, like, at Divas, like, so many people want to try and, like, have conversations, but at the same time, like, the security officer is like, you need to leave. And I'm like, okay, y'all, like,
right. Even the servers are like, get out. Like,
I love when our security guy goes around because he is the sweetest man ever, but he looks so intimidating. He's usually like, he'll all he has to do is make eye contact with me, and he's like, "Hi, get the fuck out." Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
But yeah, that is a very valid thing. People. I think it was Lady Bunny who was just like, television has now turned the drag performer into like the guardian angel, and she's like, can't we go back to just being hated? Can't we just go back to being horrible human beings? Because we are.
No.
And I like that we are portrayed more sympathetically on television now, but at the same time, I'm like, and it's shows like this as well. Like we're part of the problem.
We are.
We really are. And we've accepted that. Welcome to Inside the Problematic Show.
Oh, I live.
We're not problematic, are we? Are we problematic?
Are we the villains? I don't think we're the villains. But yeah, Cassie has a good question here. This is a fun one. What is your I can cross this off my list of questions because you already took it. What is your favorite downtime activity, and what screams relaxation to you?
Marijuana.
Oh.
What was that?
What?
Huh? Did she say marijuana?
No, she said maple leaves.
Maple
I said
leaf.
Canadian
I love
leaves.
donuts. I love donuts.
That's an edible.
Oregano.
Call it whatever you want. I love donuts.
I love donuts, brownies, cookies,
All of it.
Rice Krispie treats.
All of it. All
She's
of
a
it.
snackaholic.
Mess. That will put
Get
you in a
into it,
coma.
people. Get into it.
You
Change the
do
whole
not get into it if you don't want to be in a coma for the next 12 years.
Oh,
They're not
food
bad.
coma.
They're not bad if you do.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What do I do in my downtime?
Do you have downtime?
Not
No,
really.
I don't.
No.
I don't. That's
But
why I smoke a blunt.
I do believe that shopping is better than therapy. Tonight is my book night. Thank you for coming to the book club.
What is this, Oprah's book club all of a sudden? I've never even read a book in my life. Are you kidding me? I don't even have a book.
Listen, I got one more. This one is called Miss Manners, the guide to excruciatingly correct behavior.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, yes. I live.
It's a Ruth Bader Ginsburg children's book.
Oh, children's? Oh.
It's a
I
Oh.
love that. That's awesome.
like I want to do a story time with this, honestly. Like
Yes.
it's so like it goes through her life and just things
Aw.
that she had to put up with.
What?
Like
No dog reviews. What the hell? 1 + 1 does not equal. What?
That's like that new game you were talking about earlier, Jade.
yeah, like craziness. Anyway, next question. Oh, this one is specifically okay. Now the kids are in on it. This question is for Bryce.
Oh.
Nope, didn't feel good. Didn't feel good saying it.
Well,
You do drag, but also social work. When working your day job, do you ever have clients who recognize you from your drag performances?
yeah, I have a lot of people who recognize me, especially when after I open my big trap. And I'm talking about my asshole. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, I just saw SW. We were talking about sex work. No, not the puffs of smoke. Oh my gosh, not the puffs.
She had a donut.
Yeah, it was a donut. A donut.
She needed a donut.
No, I think that I definitely have a lot of folks who recognize me. A lot of clients, especially because I'm working in the Harrisburg area, so that's primarily where I perform. I've got a lot of my coworkers who recognize me. A lot of my coworkers at Glow, they know a lot of the drag performers and they recognize them as well. We're a very tight knit community in Harrisburg, so I came from Harrisburg to I came to Harrisburg from Chambersburg, so I thought that Chambersburg was small, but apparently Harrisburg is even smaller somehow, but they can pay much better. I don't understand. But yeah, and whenever, but then there are some folks who I do their entire intake assessments for prep or or whatever, and I'm like, do you not recognize? Do you not know who I am? And I'm like, wow, I'm just a great female illusionist. So sometimes yes, a lot of times no, but me.
Cool. I like that. Josh has a question here. When you are putting on makeup for drag, do you like to listen to music? Do you like to get ready with someone else and chat, etc.? I'm a chatterbox, so I love getting ready with other people, but if I have to get ready quickly, I don't want anybody else around because I know I will talk.
Yeah. I love putting music on and getting ready when I'm by myself. If anybody else is around or I am StreamYarding or whatever with anybody, forget about it. It will take me 9 years to get ready.
Yes.
So Yeah.
I recently did a Facebook. Well, not recently. I did a Facebook Live in last June, last Pride Month.
Yeah.
And my Facebook Live was 3.5 hours or so. So yeah, I can't do that. I cannot do Facebook Live or chat with anyone while getting ready. I don't like. I like to put on like animated scary stories on YouTube and just go. Boom, bam, boom, boom, bam.
And just scare the beat right on your face.
Exactly.
Boo, bitch.
Medea, Halloween too.
Right.
Yes. Yes. No, I can't talk to anybody because I'm gonna get distracted. And like whenever we do our shows at Divas, now with my schedule, I don't get out of work until 8 o'clock. So like I have to like rush over from work to Divas, and it's like, okay, I'm here. I need to like just sit down and focus. And like sometimes people are like, yeah, girl, and I'm like, that's so funny. I'm like, I'm just trying to get ready.
Yeah.
I got ready at Amethyst House one night, and we had a show down south of York, and I had such a great time because our musical tastes are so similar. Like we just rocked out to 90s club music, and we were like, oh.
Because I put on Sirius XM. It was channel Utopia. It's like 341, I think it is. And it's all like mid 90s to early 2000s like dance hits. Like
Lord.
And who else was on there?
Just a lot of people that I had not heard of since the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Robert Miles, Children, all that stuff. Yeah.
We're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, everybody's free to feel good.
Rosala.
Vicky's got a good question here. If you didn't get into the world of drag, what do you think you would be doing in life?
I would probably be in fine dining and hospitality. Probably the food industry in some aspect, whether it be, serving, bartending, or managing. So I have a big respect and love for cuisine and for hospitality, whether it be, at a grocery store or a hotel or a restaurant. I think it can all be on one level, no matter what level it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that without drag, I would not be in the line of work that I'm in. I think that drag has really opened doors for me, and I've gotten connections with current employers and previous employers because of drag. I think that drag has helped me get connected to my community in Harrisburg and Central PA. Honestly, throughout Pennsylvania, up to Wilkes-Barre, down to Chambersburg and Gettysburg, down to Maryland, Hagerstown. So I don't know. I don't know who I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't think I'd be happy because I don't think that I would be where I'm at in my line of work without drag.
Yeah. I would probably still be performing. I'd still be an actor. Performance is just in my blood. Although very similar, more doors have opened for me since I've started doing drag. So I'd be doing the same thing with less money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've reached that precipice now that Jade is making more money than my 2 other jobs.
Oh,
so
yay!
We love that though.
It takes a lot of work, it's really, and for all of our guests watching this evening, it's a grind. This past weekend, I drove 3.5 hours down to Rehoboth Beach, made very good money at the Pines, had an amazing time. Got a very special surprise as I'm getting ready, and this one walks in to watch the show.
Aww.
Made my day.
I was in the area. I had nothing else to do.
But as soon as that show was over, I had to drive another 3 hours to get to our lovely friend Katie Bourbon's house and crash before rehearsal for the New Jersey Ren Fair the next morning.
Jesus Lord.
But you know what? I didn't regret a damn thing. I loved it. I had a great time. The day before the fair opens, I actually have another gig in Rehoboth. So luckily we don't have rehearsal that day. So I'm heading down to Rehoboth. I got myself a hotel room. I've got a brunch the next morning.
Good. Oh, a drag brunch?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
so you have a show the night before, a show the day of for the brunch, and then you're going to work at the Renaissance.
Nope. I have so I'm just going down to hang out for the day, crash in my hotel room, brunch the next morning, de-drag, maybe go to the beach for a little while, at some point drive up to Jersey, get a good night's sleep, and open a Ren Fair.
Fabulous. Good. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, dude. Like the grind is real, but also take care of yourself.
Amethyst and I did a day in Rehoboth where legitimately we had 3 shows that day.
10 a.m.
Yep.
2 a.m.
Yeah, non-stop.
No.
Yeah. No.
The money was cute.
The money was cute. I mean, anybody who wants to do drag full time, get ready. Because just because you're not doing a show does not mean you are not working. Because there's constant emails and messaging and meetings and phone calls and setting this up, that, and the third, and washing your drag, number one. Wash your drag, stoning new costumes, ordering new costumes, paying your bills, eating food, remembering to do all that. So this year I have started writing down all the money I've made, which we're not discussing that, but I write down what I do, where I do it, and how many miles. This year so far, I have done 30 shows this year so far. I have driven over 4,000 miles.
Lord.
It's going to be April.
Yeah.
We're only a quarter of the way through the year. Is it worth it? Absolutely. But if you want to be the best, baby, you have to be the best at so many other aspects in your life.
Exactly.
And that is no joke. I'm not here to toot a horn. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you want to be on top, hey, that comes with a price.
Well, and we hear all the time, there are so many people out there who are just like, I paid this, so I should be getting paid this. Well, you have to, what you pay for your drag is not your booking fee. Yeah.
Ain't shit.
You know,
no.
Actually, we're going to do, Derek has 2 helpful drag tips this evening. So we're going to dive into the first one now. And Derek's first helpful drag tip is, no one in the audience cares about how much you spent on your makeup. Everyone in the audience cares about whether or not you know how to apply it.
Exactly.
Yep. You can have the most expensive stuff in the world, but if you cannot perform beyond the expensive stuff you have, then you did it backwards.
Exactly.
I guess my all is stuff. So I know how to do makeup.
Right.
I know how to do makeup.
Right.
Exactly. And none of that matters. Like, your accessories should not accessorize you. You know what I mean? You should be the accessory to your accessory.
I have watched a seasoned drag performer forget her makeup kit, go to a CVS, buy what she can, and put on a sickening face. This past week, I just got to watch the miracle of miracles. I watched the legendary Christina Kelly put a face on in 15 minutes.
Jesus Lord.
I was like, it was literally 30 minutes before the show starts. She comes into the dressing room because she also worked at the venue. And she's just like, all right, brows gone, concealer, contour, eyes, lip. And I was like, what?
She must shave her brows often. She shaves her brows?
Sure doesn't.
She glued them down in less than 15 minutes.
Glued them down and did the whole mug in 15 minutes.
Speaking of, if you do want to glue your brows down in less than 5 minutes, get this.
Craft Bond?
Elmer's Craft Bond glue. You can literally powder, done.
Wow. Is that waterproof?
It is.
Yeah, I haven't found them. I didn't know they had waterproof ones.
It's the Craft Bond Extra Strength Permanent Bond Dries Clear Non-Toxic Glue Stick.
Oh,
It's amazing. It's better than Prozade.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Uh-huh. It's
Thank
a
you.
lot thicker. It's much thicker.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Because somebody asked me this weekend, they said, "Did you shave your eyebrows off?" I said, "God, no." They were like, "Wow."
That's amazing.
It's good stuff.
Ready for another? This is a fun question. Are you ready for it?
Uh-huh.
Jump in.
If you ever found your magic lamp, what would your 3 wishes be?
I would wish for infinite stamina so that I never tire out. That way I can ride dick all night long. I would wish for the ability to reach my pocket and pull out any amount of money that I need for that specific instance at every single time. Not wishing for infinite money, but I'm wishing for money till I can pull out however much I need right then and there. Yo-yo issues. And my third wish would be the ability to teleport safely. I want to be able to teleport and not have half of me go to Timbuktu and the other half of me go up to Harrisburg. So I'd like to be able to teleport as a whole person safely, not in the middle of traffic, because these are stipulations that you have to put in because it's a magic genie lamp, and them genies ain't trustworthy. So yeah.
How about you, Amethyst?
I would wish for world peace. I would wish for all the money in the world to disappear. And I would wish for life everlasting.
Ooh.
I like that. I would like an end to all war. I like the money out of my pocket whenever I need it, rather than infinite amounts, which is kind of infinite amount of money, but I don't want all of that money right away. I want it to happen as I need it.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't have a third one.
Infinite stamina, ride dick all night.
I'm married. I don't remember what that's like. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that. I don't know what my third one would be. Although, speaking of my husband, he has a question now too.
Ooh.
As experienced drag professionals, do any of you ever feel trapped in your drag by how much time and money you have already invested?
Yeah, I feel trapped by these credit cards that are holding me back from being able to buy my house.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like my life has changed from whenever I first started doing drag. I was a college student who didn't have like many responsibilities, and now I work full time and have certain things that I have to take care of for the house and all that kind of stuff that I'm staying at right now. That I didn't have to do whenever I was in college. So I feel like there are some like expectations for me as a drag professional that I just can't adhere to because of my work schedule, et cetera, et cetera. But they're expected of me because I'm a drag professional.
Right.
Yeah. Amy?
Do I feel trapped? I never feel trapped. I can say that I don't feel trapped by doing drag. I can say that, we're in 2022 now. 2 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be doing drag near as much as I'm doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. And once I got to the top of that hill and went over, honey, sometimes I feel like I can't catch up with myself. And I feel that there is constant demand to be better and be stronger and be bigger and have better stuff and dance harder and just go. Like now I am climbing the ladder like, yeah, I want that now. So I feel like it's not trapped. I feel pressured to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
of my own right, not by anybody else or for any other reason. I am in this for me and what I do. You know what I mean?
Well,
And in turn, it helps out other people, and I spread the good word and love and light and that message. Yes, but I feel pressure to be the best because I want to be the best.
I think that's very it's not just internal though, because as entertainers, we're not just doing the entertainment to entertain ourselves.
Right.
So in order to continue to get the bookings, in order to continue with the fame, with the fame and your career, this is your career. So it's like you always have to. It's like whenever for me, for my organization at where I work, we constantly have to do documentation to keep up, to show that we have a need. There's a need for us to be there. For drag, it's the exact same. I have to show that there's a need for me to be here. So because of that, I have to buy all my new costumes. I have to stay up until midnight, 2 a.m., stoning this costume the night before the show because I've been booked X, Y, and Z. I have to do so. Yeah, I mean, and I think that the other thing is understanding that this need for continued success or growth or whatever have you, it comes out of I'm gonna say something very controversial here, and folks might not like it, but it comes from ideas of white supremacy. There are a lot of things within our lives that are built in our culture because of white supremacy, such as perfectionism, growth in a sense of doing beyond, like you're already at 100% and you're still trying to like get more. Because at the end of the day, you have to remember like what is sustainable for me. If I'm always continuing to be like, I need to grow, I need to grow, I need to grow, and you're maxing out your credit cards, or you're not, it's not really changing your booking fee or how much you're getting from the shows, et cetera, et cetera. Like, is this sustainable? And oftentimes, because of the way that white supremacy has been built in our community and our society, we do things that are not sustainable. We want to make money quick, and then we burn out. And then what happens? So definitely, like, I commend both of you all because you're both performing full time. It's not something that like I could do. I know it's not something I can do. And I watch Drag Race. I'm sitting here thinking these girls are working so fucking hard, like having to stand on this stage. I was thinking about that Lollapalooza episode where they had to stand on that stage and perform 3 songs back to back to back. Never in my lifetime. I will be on the floor dead. Call cardiac. Listen. So like, it's just, I commend both of you for doing this hard craft in a world that does not appreciate or love us to the point, to the level that we deserve the love and appreciation. Because Amethyst, like you said, it's scary how much you put into this because it's so awesome. It's so awesome. I wish that people could see it. I understand like the tip and all that kind of stuff. I just wish that people could understand how much goes into this.
Yeah, there's many nights where it's 3-4 hours of sleep before I drive 300 miles one way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I love what I do, and right now I'm putting in the grind. I'm 42 years old, and for the first time in 42 years, I feel like I'm doing something that I love, and I'm not going to let it go. And I'm going to get 2 hours of sleep, and I'm going to make it from Shippensburg to San Francisco in 2 minutes because that's what I'm going to do right now. You know what I mean? So I'm loving what I do. I'm helping my sisters and my friends and my family grow. You're damn right. I'm going to sleep 2 hours and get up and do it again because that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
We were a couple weeks ago. I did a show with the incredible Fancy Dismount. We did this wonderful Ladies of Lansdale. It was great to be back. And after the show, it was daylight savings time. And we had a brunch the next morning, and Jade DeVere ended up swerving off the road after hitting a patch of snow.
Oh my Lord!
I was stuck in a ditch for about an hour and a half waiting for a tow truck. Fancy came out and waited with me because other cars almost hit me several times. So she parked her truck right behind my car so no one would destroy my car. And the next morning, I woke up, got to the venue, waited for a half an hour for someone to let us in. And then I got in, Fancy got there, and both of us were like, the fuck are we doing? Stupid. And then Aloe showed up, and she was also like, I hate my life. I hate this. And it was the best show. And the audience was great, and it was such a good vibe, and it reinvigorated us. And then I got in my car, and I was like, no, I have to drive all the way back to Harrisburg. Oh, God. But I don't regret a single second of it. Like, it was just, it was polarizing. It woke me up, and it was like, this is why I do what I do. So I can empathize with that. But like I said, like this whole episode is based on, we also know when to take a break. Like tonight was definitely that, okay, I don't want to put a face on right now. I think we've all earned not throwing on a full mug of makeup tonight.
And it's so important to put that out there that we are who you see. We are Amethyst and Anastasia and Jade. That's who we are. We are the ones behind the makeup. We are the ones pulling the strings in the puppet that you see all the time. So we're still here. Damn it. We're still here. So, you know what I mean? Yes. Go ahead, honey.
No, I gotta look it up real quick. There's this girl on Facebook who shared something this morning. Her name is Pariah. Oh, I found it already. Pariah Sinclair.
Yeah.
It says, isn't it funny how you could be a hairstylist, makeup artist, DJ, designer, seamstress, digital artist, photographer, dancer, comedian, advocate, storyteller, or event planner and receive all the support in the world from people. But the second you combine them and become a drag queen, you're often reduced to just a man in a wig. And it's like
that.
These drag queens are working their asses off.
And people don't know. People have no clue. This is harder than most jobs.
Yes. You're your
it's
own
a lot
manager.
more dedicated and detailed and physically exhausting.
Yes. And that's the thing I think about a lot. I'm like,
there are times when I wake up for a show and I'm like, girl, fuck this job. Like, but you start painting and you get your stuff on and you get to the gig and it is bam, show's on. And you could have not slept for 3 weeks, but you will handle your shit when it comes to that curtain opening. So it's a lot, people. We're not complaining. We're just letting you know the behind the scenes. You want to be inside the drag closet? Well, baby, here it is.
I think Pariah worded it so perfectly there. Like, it is, you have to be so multifaceted and so multi-talented. And then there are so many clubs that are like $25.
$25. And they're paying their DJ. They pay the DJ $300, $500 for the night.
Right.
To be a jukebox.
Right. Which, in all fairness, they deserve that too. But we need to be lifted to that level. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. Right. We are the same level.
Another question from Daniel Jackson. Out of drag, does anyone ever say you look like a certain celebrity or think you look like a celebrity?
Out of drag?
Yeah, out of drag. I used to get Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I always get Derek Jeter. I don't know why. But the baseball player, Derek Jeter. J-Lo's husband, ex-husband, one of 47 husbands. I don't know. And I always get like I sound like Obama. So
no, you give me Cory Booker.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, Cory Booker, real man.
Yeah, handsome man.
I saw this guy on Grindr. I thought that he was you. I was like, when did Amethyst get so buff? And I was like, oh wait, that's not her. I was like, Amethyst, don't you? Why are you on here? I was so angry. I was like, Amethyst.
it was probably David, the other me.
I normally
that took a minute, Jay. It was
I
the other
normally get
day.
I normally get Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, stop it. You're a mess.
Are you doing your Stallions talent on Friday?
I am, yeah.
Good. Good. Good.
Hopefully the music doesn't cut out halfway through this time.
Bitch. That's right, because I was the head judge that year.
I was so embarrassed and upset. I was like, what the fuck?
I was mad for you, baby. I was mad for you. I really was.
Test the motherfucking sound. Y'all had these songs for how long? Test the songs out before you play the goddamn music.
Right. Right.
Does someone's music cut out every year at the pageant? Anyway, we're not going down that rabbit hole right now because that seems to be a trend. Anyway, Kitty DeVille has a question. Where do you take inspiration for new performances? Music for me.
Yeah.
Always music. Yeah, it's always music. Inspiration, anything that makes people feel good, anything that, makes people smile, and anything that elevates us as a community, that celebrates who we are and our diversity. The successes that we've had in the community, even the downfalls we've had in our community are inspirational because it tells us we're not where we need to be and we need to keep pushing. From anything, I get inspiration from my fellow sisters. You know what I mean? I get inspiration from doing shows that have specific themes that are outside of my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? And then I end up doing something that I didn't realize I was actually good at. Like scenes on Friday at Divas Down Under when we do comedy. Comedy's not my thing, but I think you guys are gonna have some laughs on Friday. So I'm excited. But inspiration is everywhere. You just have to open your eyes.
Yeah. I'm excited for this weekend because I went down a rabbit hole of like finding remixes of popular songs, and I found one that I absolutely love. I'm doing a musical theater number that I absolutely love. And then I was like, I'm doing a Weird Al number.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit.
I have loved Weird Al since I was young, and I was like, let's do some Weird Al.
Lord.
Let's do the Weird Al. Why not?
Yeah. And it's a polka number.
Of course it is.
I have my lederhosen downstairs ready to go.
You're going to do polka and I'm going to do country, okay?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there's going to be some shit going down at this show. I can tell you that.
Yep. Anastasia, did you answer that?
I didn't know. LOL. I was having so much fun listening to you all. No, I pull inspiration from other, from music, of course, but then as well as that, watching other drag queens, watching other entertainers. Love watching like Megan Thee Stallion perform live, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Love all the queens out there. But I also like watching. I'm also really, really grateful for the videos from yesteryear, the early 2000s that surface on YouTube. I live for those videos and being able to see the talent that the queens have been doing for the last couple of decades. It's really, really inspiring to see the legacy that comes before me.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that too.
Orion would like to know, what do you think was your biggest hurdle you had to overcome in your drag career? Time management.
Yeah.
Time management, organization.
Yeah.
Knowing that my drag personally was valid. Not listening to other people and what they thought I should do. Believing in myself enough to have the confidence to move forward.
Yeah.
I mean, all drag is valid.
It's not all bookable.
All drag is bookable. And there are a lot of queens out there that are very upset. Not queens, entertainers in general, that are very upset with the fact that they may not be getting as booked as they feel they should. And to those entertainers, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you're not getting booked. And I'm going to leave it at that, because outside of that, that's a personal opinion, and that's not what I'm here to offer. If you're not getting booked, ask yourself.
Your drag sucks. Your makeup sucks. No, I'm just playing.
You're a mess.
I want to come for that little girl. I want to come for that little girl who tried to come for me in the comments the other night. But we're not going to name no names. But baby, your makeup is terrible.
I was trying to be real nice, Anastasia. I was trying to be real nice.
Listen, I'm a mean girl. Just call me what's her face? Katie Heron. I'm a mean girl.
You can't just go around asking people why they're not white, Katie.
You can't just go around calling people little white bitches, Anastasia.
You are a complete asshole, and I hate you.
And to wrap all that up, I was the little white bitch in question. That was playful shade.
And fully, like, I fully forgot that you had done that. I was just talking in general, and like, baby, there's no such thing as reverse. There's no such thing as reverse racism, you dumb puta. There's no such. But I digress.
Anyway,
it's okay.
A little bit of positivity for us right now. Chanel wanted to say, I want to go to one of your shows. If I could have a Make-A-Wish, that would be it. I want to give you all a hug and thank you so much for making my heart smile and sharing a laugh with you. You have made a huge impact on my life.
Honey, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I'll give her a couple minutes to respond.
Also, I hope that you're not sick. That Make-A-Wish made me a little worried.
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
I think she was talking about the 3 wishes from the genie we were talking about.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was about to grant your wish, girl. I was about to be like, look under your seat. Look under your seat.
Which weekend are we going down?
Right.
Lord.
Another question here from Casey, our sweetheart Casey. Anastasia, when are you coming to Rehoboth?
Whenever she tells me her dates of availability, and I tell my people in Rehoboth to call her people in Chambersburg.
Best. No, I really have to look at my schedule, figure out like a weekend that I'm available. Are those shows on Fridays or Saturdays?
You tell us when you're ready, and I'll have a show for you, babe.
Okay, yeah. Because normally I feel really bad because I had some bookings that I accepted earlier this year, and I completely forgot. Like I accepted, and I didn't look at the dates. Accepted them for a Friday. I work until 8:00, so if they're on Saturdays or Sunday brunches, I can do that.
We got you, honey.
Okay, yeah. So, just let me know. I'm gonna come out.
We'll talk to Diamond Doll, and we'll get you at Port 251, and I'm sure we can get you in at the Pines as well. So don't you worry about that. You let me know. Like, are you thinking June, July?
Not probably not July. Maybe August.
Okay. All right. Maybe well, August. I'm going to find a Saturday, Sunday for you, and I'm going to get you booked. Okay.
All right. Well, sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Maybe I'll get all 3 of us booked, and we'll just do a whole weekend together.
I think that would be fabulous.
Come see Inside the Drag Closet in Rehoboth Beach.
Yes. Let's go down.
Live. We're going to stream live from North Beach.
That'll be on the Patreon.
That's something we've actually been talking about, doing a behind the scenes at an actual drag show on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to see all of this.
Best.
Yeah. Jamie Angel would like to know if you could perform drag for 1 week anywhere in the world, where would you want to do a week of performing?
I want to try
ATL. Ooh.
That reminds me, I need to get down there. I'm going to Georgia in May to see my brother, but Go to Atlanta Pride. Oh my
Mm.
God, it was so much fun. I was there a few years ago. It's amazing. Amazing. I need to go there again. The
Yeah.
whole aquarium down there, the Georgia Aquarium, which puts Baltimore's to shit. Like to shit. They change everything inside. The whole aquarium's open for Pride. And it's just nothing but gay people and fish. It's wonderful.
Best.
They have a drag queen DJ and everything. It's so amazing. I
Wow.
want to
You
go.
had me at gay people and fish.
Gay people and fish. Yes.
That
Yes,
part.
lots of fish. So it looks like our Chanel is in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Okay.
she was actually talking about Make-A-Wish. She has blood and bone cancer, and today was a bad day for her.
Aw.
So Chanel, we love you, and we send you all the love in the world from inside the drag closet. And if you need
my
anything, you send us a message, you email us, whatever you need to do. We are here for you, baby, and we love you.
Mm-hmm.
Chanel is
Maybe
one of
we'll
our
make
Patreons as well. And
Really? Well, we're going to make a special
Wow.
video for you then, Chanel, okay?
Mhm.
We're going to make a special video for you. I
we
promise.
can do it Friday at Divas.
There we go. We got you, baby. We love you.
So, Anastasia, where's one place you would like to perform for a week? Oh,
I just said ATL.
Where? Oh, ATL. And I loved that answer. And listen, I'm not as checked out as I was last week. If you watched last week, Mama didn't even ask them to say goodnight. That's
Yeah,
how
I was
dumb
like,
was.
She was like, bye.
What all of you at home did not see is those wonderful antennae, as soon as the credits started rolling, went right in my face.
Oh, no.
Your Odango is just there. I'm the
We're
nerd
here,
that
we're
knows
living.
called Odango, by the way.
Are we going back to last week? Are we going back to last week? Yay. Let's go back. Let's take it back. Let's take it back.
I
I'm
don't
okay
have
with this
any
week.
of Mantis over here.
I'm okay with this week.
I even have my contacts right here.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Lord. Talking about contacts. So oh my gosh.
Thanks, Alize. I love you. I'll give it back. I promise. I'll give it back.
Well, talking about
she didn't give it to me.
My recent optometrist. Throw back to that question of, do your clients recognize you? My recent optometrist was like, "Are you Anastasia Diamond?" And I was like,
"Mind your business."
So yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." He was like, "We need to get you down to the lodge. You guys," and I was like, "I need my contacts, please. It's been a long day. I need my contacts." And ever since that appointment, I've seen this man on Tinder, OkCupid, Grindr. I'm like, get off of my feed.
They trying to get on your feed, honey. They trying to be your feed, honey.
Listen, I'm not a gainer. I'm a feeder. Ooh, mess.
I hate that I have to Google that.
You don't know about the gainer and feeder community, Jade?
I think I
Do you know what that
put
is?
two together. I think I figured it out.
The gainer and feeder community.
Yeah, it took me a second, but now I'm like, oh wait, I get it.
Yes, there are people in the queer community as well as in the heterosexual community who, some people are gainers. They like to gain a lot of weight. Their intention is to just get really, really huge. Then there are feeders who love to watch gainers eat, and they feed them a whole bunch of food. There are people who pay these people lots of money to just eat things on video. She's like, "I can do it. How much y'all paying?" But yeah,
my Venmo's right here. My Venmo's right here. Venmo. There you go. Yeah, pay me, daddy.
I don't have anything to eat. Oh my gosh, but yeah. It's a wild
Oh. Every once in a while, I wish I didn't know a lot of the things I do know.
Yes, just like Gloria Gaynor. Yes, just like that.
Exactly. Yes, Gloria Gaynor.
I will survive.
Speaking of gaynors, anyway.
I love exposing you to new information, Jade.
Thank you.
I love
50%
Gatorade.
less would be great. Question from Estee Lauderdale. I recently heard on this podcast and thought it was a good question. What skill would you teach your younger self when they started doing drag?
To pay them bitches no mind.
Yeah.
What skill? Yeah.
That there are different length of heels, and that you don't have to wear a 6-inch heel to be good at doing drag. Do what you can do, bitch, and stop not being able to walk the next day.
That. I don't know what happened to me, but when I started doing drag, my knees were in constant pain. And there was a time where I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this for 10 years. And then all of a sudden, I was fine. Knee pain went away. I didn't change anything with my footwear, really, but I just was not in constant pain. Maybe I adapted.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah.
It was bad. There were times like there are videos of me at Central PA Pride wearing a knee brace and doing a number of my knee brace coming undone. So I worked in that this sucks. I don't know why it's undoing itself.
Oh no.
Everything's fine. No worries.
Jesus.
Lord Jesus be a biscuit.
Hallelujah.
That's a good question. Josh has a good question here. Which celebrity or historical figure, dead or alive, would you love to meet, and what is the number one question you would ask them?
Oh, so many. So many. So many. So many. Oh. I don't know what I would ask this person, but it's always been on my mind that Michael Jackson is no longer with us. Always. Since his passing in 2009. I feel that there was so much that was unknown about Michael Jackson. And I think there was so much that was known about Michael Jackson. I honestly feel that he was the greatest entertainer of our time. Beyond anybody. Beyonce could never. Like, I think Michael Jackson was the greatest artist of our time. I think he was the most misunderstood person of our time.
Oh, yeah.
And I would give anything. I would stop doing drag today if I could see that man in concert one time.
Wow.
Yep. I think that was a mystery that none of us will ever know or understand.
No.
Regardless of what you think he did or didn't do or this, that, and the third, that man was magical. He was a magical, loving human being. Say what you will about him. I don't care. I would give anything to bring that man back. Anything. Anything, hands down. I don't know what I would ask him because there's too many things to ask Michael Jackson. But yeah,
yes.
For me, it's Michael Jackson. Yep.
I would want to bring back James Baldwin. I'd love to learn more about his perspective, living as a queer person of color in the times of the civil rights movement. I would love to just pick his brain. You know, I think that he was very, very instrumental in a lot of the work that was being done behind the scenes. Himself and one other queer man who was Martin Luther King's like right-hand man who was also queer. I would love to just pick the brains of queer people of the past just to like get their perspective, show them what's going on like here and now in the modern times. I think that could be really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Either that or Marsha P. Johnson. Could be really awesome to bring her in and like showcase the. I think that oftentimes we only get pieces of these figures, and we don't get to see their full personality or character. So I'm like, I would really love to like watch her read a room down of these young queer folks these days, and the drag that they're doing.
Yes, we need a good reading. Call me now. We need Miss Cleo. We need a good reading. Yes, yes, indeed. Lord, do we ever need a reading in 2022? Amen, bitch. You are absolutely right. Call me now.
Best.
That's funny. I was gonna say Marsha P. Johnson too.
Hey,
I want to pick her brain, and we only lost her in 1992, so that is not that long ago.
No,
it's not.
That's only 30 years ago. So
30 years ago. Yeah, and that I don't want that history to ever go away or be lost. We're already losing our establishments and our nightclubs and things like that. So our history is, I feel, getting washed away. That
we can't even say gay in several states.
You can't even say gay in some states. Ain't that a bitch? I think not. I think
it's frustrating because the history that's being written in the stars or being put into media, it's very whitewashed. Speaking specifically about the Stonewall movie, not a lick of color in that movie. And we know that Stonewall was a club that was inhabited primarily by Black, Hispanic, and queer folks of color.
Right.
How did y'all make a whole movie about this club and didn't have any representation?
Yeah.
That stuff is not to be forgotten.
I also, really quick, I'm so sorry. I also am taking this study circle, which is the reason why it's basically a class from 4 until like 6:30 every Wednesday for the next like 2 or 3 more weeks. I've been doing it for the last 3 weeks, and it's been very, very beneficial. This past week, they shared an article about, well, not an article, but a peer-reviewed journal written by this one critical thinker, whatever have you, their professor. And it was so cool seeing the breakdown of queer existence in Africa, queer existence in Egypt, and how those roots of queerness have been erased because of Christianity, because of the patriarchy. Like, our people, Africans were very queer. Indigenous individuals were very queer. And it's just been erased. It made me so angry. I was reading through the article and I was just like, it's just so unfair that it takes a specialist to be able to tell these stories and tell this history, because no one else cares about it or no one else wants to believe it.
Right.
Well, and so much of our history now is just like what we keep hearing is gays are trying to convert people. Gays are trying to convert people. Last time I checked, gays are not going door to door handing out copies of The Wizard of Oz. That's not
seriously. I'm not selling you a Kirby. I'm not here to sell you Avon, and I am sure as hell not the Mary Kay lady. So
last time I checked, Jehovah's Witnesses go door to door.
Sure do.
Are always trying to convert. It's it's not the gays converting people. Sorry. Knowing about homosexual people, like there are so many memes right now that are just like, banning all these books has me really upset because I am still not a hungry caterpillar.
That part.
Right. We're not here to make your kids gay. We're here to keep your gay kids safe.
Yeah.
And keep you educated.
Well, and it's so sad because we have these books like Harry Potter, for instance, that we were talking about last week. None of us turned into magical wizards or witches.
I keep trying. I keep trying.
And in addition to that, there are people keep on talking about the sexualization of queer people. There's so many queer people in media right now, and they're just in your face. I just don't want it to be forced in my face. Baby, why are you talking to this 2-year-old? Oh, he's so handsome. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a lady magnet. He's going to be a... Why are you talking? Why are every single Disney movie, there's a princess and a prince who are trying to make love.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But y'all have a problem with Encanto. I wonder why. Y'all have a problem with Turning Red. I wonder why.
Because culturally appropriate.
There's a reference to a period. Oh, darn. I haven't seen it yet, by the way. I need to watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's all about generational trauma, family trauma.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Oh, yes, it's so good. I watched it this weekend.
Oh.
Be ready to cry.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. Everyone who's watching, please watch Turning Red. We are not sponsored, but if you...
But we want to be.
Well, but the problem is Disney also backs the Don't Say Gay bill. So...
Fuck Disney.
Well, and they apologized for it, but the apology was weak.
Apology was weak, and then they were like, oh yeah, and by the way, we're going to let Buzz Lightyear have a gay kiss.
Yeah. But of course, it's 2 girls. It's okay if it's 2 girls.
Is there a cup involved?
No, there's no cup involved.
Good.
Oh, Lord! Have you seen The Jar?
You told us about the jar. We are not. Nope. We're not talking about the. Hi, Maleficent. How are you?
This is
living.
My friend Casey, who went down to Disney, and he got me a Maleficent pin.
That's so precious.
So it's so cute. So,
I'm
thank
waiting.
you, Casey. I love you.
I'm waiting for Casey to hit me up in my DMs. I'm wondering why there
It
hasn't
sounds
been
like a song.
Yeah, I'm wondering why.
No, hit me in my DMs. Who is that? A lesbian or Lizzo? That's her name.
What? I mean, it sounds like a lesbian. Oh yeah, Lizzo.
Shout out to Lizzo.
No, yeah, I'm just curious why Casey hasn't asked me on a date or whatever, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll remain single for the rest of my life.
Intimidating. Ma'am, you're very intimidating. I'm sorry. Shopping is better than therapy.
Anyway,
let's give a huge shout out to our trans brothers and sisters because tomorrow is Trans Day of Visibility.
Yes.
So, super excited for my brothers and sisters that are my family. I love you, especially Jay Xavier. I love you, you handsome son of a bitch. I love you, and you're a daddy now, and I'm proud of you, and you are more than words can describe. So I
Let's
love
be
you.
honest, he was a daddy before that baby was born.
Well, babe.
Hello. I'm seeing him all across social media from Plume. I'm like, come through with the ads. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Baby,
Well, and let's not forget our non-binary siblings as well, on Trans Day of Remembrance. I'm very excited at work this week. Like, I am constantly trying to be the vanguard for pronouns. We have a new employee who started this week. Their name is AJ. They, them pronouns. And I was like, thank you. Like, I get very, overprotective mom when, I get a young trans person. I'm just like, nobody's messing with you while I'm here.
Y'all, talking about messing with people, I have been growing my hair since before the quarantine. Look at how long she is.
Girl.
Length. Ooh.
She has length and girth.
No, not length and girth. Oh my gosh. I'm a bottom. Oh my God. No,
Girl, your edges are showing. Your edges are showing. I see your edges.
Ooh.
I see your edges.
Look at the big red.
Now, get ready for another question.
Yes, please, and thank you. Oh, also, wait, before we go to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe. Let's go back to this book here. Miss Manners. The Guide to Excruciatingly Correct Behavior.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: do not slap someone at the Oscars when they're on stage.
I knew we would get to this.
Well, then don't talk about somebody's wife like that. I mean,
So one of the things I have been seeing a lot with this
this is
is
going to
that
be very
as a white
complicated.
person, I am not entitled to have an opinion on it.
Mm.
Which I don't fully understand. And I would like
Mhm.
to understand.
I don't think there's
My only, like, I've been looking at all of the different, like, I don't have a strong opinion. Whoever wrote the joke did it in very bad taste. Chris Rock probably shouldn't have said it. And Will Smith's response to it was not great. But, you know, it
right.
seemed like a avalanche of what not to do.
Literally that. And I think that a lot of people are saying, well, Will Smith and his family have been in the spotlight for so long, and they're being he's being emasculated in this, that, and third, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back. That tells me that you are not in therapy. That tells me that you are not taking care of yourself, and that you're not healing the trauma from your past or the trauma from your present. That tells me that you have not. You're not in a space to be present. I mean, you to the point where you're able to get up, walk the whole way up that stage, pull your hand back, and bam. I have never in my life, and there have been a lot of things that piss me off. A lot of microaggressions and micro insults that I've faced as a queer person and as a person of color, as a Black person. I've never wanted to go the route of violence. And people who are celebrating the violence, it's going to bite you in the butt. It's going to bite you in the butt in the future, because there's going to be a response to someone else, and the people are going to say, well, they made an offensive joke, like Chris Rock did. And I don't really care about these multimillionaires. I don't care about Will Smith. I don't care about Chris. I don't really care about that. But what I do care about is the ripple effect of this instance. I don't want people to be walking up on someone in the streets and assaulting them.
He incited violence. He did.
That's what I worry about.
It would have been so much more impactful had he just stood up and went to the microphone and said, please don't ever speak about my wife like that again. That part.
Even when he yelled from the audience, get my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. That.
Right. That.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that would have been perfect. But like the show, it's just so frustrating, because you're showing there's so little representation already for Black men in Hollywood. And I'm like, these Black boys are looking up to you. These Black girls are looking up to you. And like, I just don't want people to say, oh, well, Will Smith did. I mean, and of course there's other outlets, of course, Bad Girls Club, Bad Boys Club, all these drama shows, this, that, and third. But like, you're not a trash TV star. Yes,
right.
You're Will Smith. You're the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You're this, you're that, you're all of this.
West Philadelphia, born and raised. You know what I'm saying?
But like, you can't be out of pocket like that. That going and committing violence physically, it shows me that it's just, there are other ways that we can operate in this world. And I think that
spectacle.
Huh?
It was a bit of a spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's where I was. And I'm like, I think the reason I heard a lot of, Jade, I hear you was asking the question of like, why are white people not allowed to talk, like, are saying that white people can't talk about it. A primary reason is because it's like the issue of white gaze, not white gaze, like, but like the white viewpoint, where it's like being critical of a person of color, a man of color, especially in this time period of like, I think that people are fearful that that white people are going to say, this is just like Black men. They are animalistic. They are this, that, and the third. And like, that's not there's so much more. It's very, very complex. So like, I think that that's the fear from the community. Like, it's going to be something very strict, basic of this Black man is evil and scary. And like, there's so much, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
My problem is people in the Black community are now saying, if my man doesn't slap someone in the face like that, he's not going to be my man. Babes, your man's going to jail. He's getting arrested.
Right. And I get that from all points, because you know what? If someone said some shit about me and my man got up and slapped the bullshit out of him, I'd be like, oh, you getting laid tonight, number one. You know, and that's out of love. You know, he got up and slapped the bullshit out of Chris Rock, said, don't treat my woman like that. I can't say a whole lot about that, because I kind of be like, yay.
No, I would look at my partner and say, what the fuck did you just do? You just went up there and slapped that man.
You know what I'm
I'd be
saying?
so afraid. But I think ultimately on both sides, you need to understand there are consequences for your actions.
There are.
Yep.
There are, yes. There are.
Well, and it's awkward, like it's completely overshadowing the fact that we had a queer Afro-Latino woman who won Best Actress. It is the first time a queer actress has won that award.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Troy Kotzer, Best Supporting Actor for Coda, a deaf man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
there's so, but you know, ultimately, there's also a lot of conspiracy theories. So there's basically stating that because a lot of folks of color don't watch the Oscars, they want to make it spicy this year. So they got a spike in views because of that. So
all I'm gonna say is I've done stage combat for a long time. I'm not gonna lie, that looked like a stage slap and not an actual slap. Like I watched where their hand positions were, and like there was a lot of I'm prepping and I'm smacking my chest to make the noise.
Ooh, but I think that Chris Rock. Last thing, Chris Rock. He almost blacked out for a minute, but then he remembered that he was at work. His hand was balled up when he first went back, and he said, "Wow, everyone!
Let me not catch a charge." Yeah.
Yes. But yes, Lord. A mistake, like you said, there are consequences for everything. Understand that moving forward. And remember that you are not a multimillionaire Black man. Do not assault people in the streets.
That's the only reason you can get away with it if you're rich.
Yeah, well, because then you can say that what was it? What's the term? I think it starts with an R or something like that, or A, where you're too rich to know that you are you've done a bad, that you've done a no.
Like you're above it. You're oblivious.
Entitlement.
I can't remember. People get off of it all the time. Like let me see.
You're I have it too. I can't think of it either. Absolved.
Affluenza.
Affluenza.
You are too rich to know your right from your wrong.
That's
I would
different
love to come down with that.
Affluenza, achoo.
I would love to come down with a bad case of affluenza.
I'm allergic to bullshit too. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, what did Poison say once? I'm not allergic to punching a bitch.
Absolutely. I'm not above it. I'm not allergic to it. Nope. I got an EpiPen right here, and I'll slap the shit out of you and right in my hip. Sorry about that. I had an allergic reaction. Sorry about that.
Listen, all I gotta say is, if anyone puts their hands on me, you are going to jail.
Yeah, where's that come from? Because I heard that a lot recently. You know, if you touch me, you're going to jail, right?
Hello, 911. Yes, there's a Negro. No,
there's no phone in your OtterBox. There was no phone in there, ma'am.
Oh. This is how the kids do it on TikTok.
That's right.
So true.
With their press on.
Well, we
look at his handsome face. Look.
Oh, look at that handsome man. I have an autograph.
Look at that handsome face. Look at it.
So precious.
So handsome. So handsome.
He
I love
autographed
you,
the
Jade.
copy for me.
He
Stop.
did. He signed one for myself and Jade and for Cassie as well. So that was awesome.
Where'd y'all get those from?
I have a blank one here. If you'd like me to sign or me to have him sign this for you, I will.
If you would like
If you
Amethyst
want me
to
to
sign
sign
it,
it.
If
No,
you would
yeah,
like
where'd
me
y'all
to
get those
sign it
from?
for you, I will. I'll sign it for you right now.
No, yes, if y'all can, I would love one.
Jay just said that he has one for you.
Ah, thank you.
So, kids, we are 10 minutes past our time already,
And didn't talk
Wow.
about a damn thing.
and we have a buttload of questions still to go. So do you
Oh
feel
my.
like doing a little rapid fire?
You know, this is still half full. We're good.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Anastasia, first one is for you.
Oh, my.
I'm currently working full-time in school for my teaching degree, trying to manage my drag persona and all other life's responsibilities. How did you manage all this, keep your sanity, and not feel like you're drowning?
Who said I managed it well?
Who said she's not insane?
No, it's a lot. I was in my graduate year doing part-time work, like 20, 30 hours at Target, and doing drag. Thankfully living at home with my family, so I wasn't, having to pay that many bills. But it's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. Just know what kept me going was the fact that one of those things was going to drop off within a year. So I was going to be graduating here soon, or graduate within the next 3-4 years, whatever have you. But it's a lot. There was a time whenever I was doing a full-time internship, 30 to 40 hours, going to school for like 3 or 4 classes, working a part-time job on campus until like 2 o'clock most nights, and then getting up in the morning and doing it all over again so I could drive 30, 40 minutes to Lancaster. Like it's a lot to juggle. You'll have no social life. But in the end, it's all worth it.
Yeah, but I think the lack of social life keeps you focused. I think that keeps you focused as well, which is where you need to be.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I've dropped off a lot from whenever I had a very rigorous schedule, I had to keep that schedule or else I'd fuck everything up. So it made me very much so like regimented, which is nice.
Right. That's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful thing.
Question for all of us. Let's just go around. We'll go Amethyst, Anastasia, me. When your day life becomes overwhelming, is there a specific aspect of drag that helps you find your balance or reason to keep going?
Okay, so when my day life, being that I do drag full time, drag is my day life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So after a long weekend of shows, it's a lot of unpacking and washing and cleaning and prepping for the following weekend show.
Yeah.
So, in my downtime, I'm still doing drag just without the makeup and without the costume. So it's a 24-hour, 7-day gig if you want to be on top and be successful at it. So for me, being that I do that full time, drag never stops for me. But I love it and I love what I do. I love meeting new people and working with new performers, helping my fellow sisters grow in the process. And just it never feels like work to me. There is a lot that goes into it and a lot of details and late nights and little sleep. But I love what I do because it spreads love and light into the world and it puts out a good message for me. So, that's where I stand with drag. It's all the time, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I think the biggest aspect of drag for me is community. Once again, I talk about it every single week we have a question similar to this. It's great to be in a community surrounded by people who adore and support the queer lifestyle, quote unquote, as well as drag queens. It's great to be surrounded by fellow drag queens, my sisters. It's great to meet new drag queens, see the different types of drag that are around that's not on Drag Race, that is just as valid and if not even more spectacular.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have a community. I love it.
Yep.
Yes.
One thing that really focuses me with my drag is literally, like I said before, music. When I have music playing, I can get super focused and like organize the drag room, which I should play more music.
That
Uh,
part.
like I gotta pack for this weekend. Time to play some music. But right now, one of the things that I need to motivate on, I have another script to write. So I'm
God.
kind of drag's going on a back burner this week, and I got to focus on getting that script done. I don't have a deadline until the fair opens, basically, but I'm one of those people. I like to get it done right away so I can send it off to get edits, and then it's great working with the artistic director I work with because we collaborate and we'll go, okay, here's this thing. He doesn't understand why I did this. Once I explain it, he'll be like, oh, okay, and that feeds that. Okay. So yeah, it's just getting in the right mind space.
Yeah.
Next question from Derek. Have any of you recently switched baristas? So this is a meme that's going around right now. At the Oscars, Caitlyn Jenner walked up to Lady Gaga and tried to initiate a conversation. And all you had to do was look at Gaga to know she was not interested. She did not want to talk. And Caitlyn kept asking her questions. She's like, no, I switched baristas, and walked away.
What?
So yeah, like, I'm sorry. We talked about affluenza earlier. Caitlyn Jenner, you've got affluenza because you're an asshole.
Hello.
How dare you say trans women should not compete in sports when you yourself fought to get into a female golf tournament, and then you have the audacity to take those rights away from other women? Fuck you, woman. You're an ass.
You can't say that. You can't say that once you've been on a Wheaties box.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that we have been talking a lot about Florida, Idaho, Texas, and a lot of other states. This morning they took a vote, I believe, or they had some discussions about trans exclusion for trans youth in sports here in Pennsylvania as well. So it's here. Not surprised. Extremely disappointed, but it's here.
And it's not a problem. It is not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Trans people in sports is not an issue. Let's fix actual things and stop focusing on people who are already marginalized.
Yeah.
Right. So much of that.
What kills me is they wasted so much time on this, but then as well as that, they wasted time with this BS about this Sunshine Act. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, the Sunshine Act that I don't know who needed it, but to cancel daylight savings time, they passed that through like that. Like, yes, like it was nothing. But they sit on issues like the Equality Act for anti-discrimination and protection for queer people and people of color, veterans, those who are living with different levels of abilities, and but you're able to pass that Sunshine Act. You're able to pass these bans against trans youth. And the thing is, this is not just an issue with conservatives, it's an issue with the Democrats as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's an issue with the establishment Democrats. Progressives, we've got a few progressives who are doing the work, running the show, trying their best to run the show, but there's not enough. There's not enough.
Well, and Jay just pointed out something interesting. All of these anti-trans things are focused only on trans girls. It's like they don't know trans boys exist.
Right.
Well, and there's this wonderful meme going around right now, and it's a boxer, a female to male boxer who is beating his male opponents, and they're just like, but it's performance enhancing. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, stop right there. If you're saying because she was born male, she's going to perform better than women, then how is this person who was born or assigned female at birth performing better than men?
So the thing is that in the case of the NCAA swimmer Leah, She was beat by a trans man and a cis woman.
They're saying
you
she's
all are
breaking all these
dumb.
records, and she's not.
She's not. She's fully not. Read any peer-reviewed article. Read any peer-reviewed article, and you will see the effects of HRT on the body. And you know what? I honestly, I just don't think that people are able to understand. If you know that if you were to support trans youth prior to their puberty, they would never have the testosterone or estrogen in their system, and thus there would never be an advantage that you're talking about. But as well as that, you would have trans youth, you would have human beings who are able to live their lives without depression, anxiety, without suicidal ideation, due to not being able to express themselves and live their lives as their true selves.
I bet Jay is standing up in his living room right now, clapping the shit out of you right now.
Oh, his comments are amazing. You want them to stick to their biological sex sports team. So you want the trans boys playing with your little girls. That defeats the purpose. Well, it goes back to the bathroom laws too. You want someone that looks like what's the porn star? Buck Angel. He is a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
He is masculine. You want him in a ladies' room? You think a woman's not going to have a problem with him in the ladies' bathroom?
There's that one drag queen on YouTube. I don't know if she's doing videos still. Her name was Misty Eyes, and I fully used her videos for a college project where I was supposed to be interviewing someone. And I was like, yeah, I found this random drag queen. Fully cheated. And got an A. But she was like, she's a trans woman and a drag queen. And she said the one day she was in the men's restroom because in her mind, she wasn't passing enough, which is also built in the patriarchy and white supremacy to be able to pass as a European individual. But that's neither here nor there. But she was washing her hands, and like some man came in and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, miss." And she was like, "Miss, like, wow, I didn't." She said that was the first time she recognized that she had made a change, a physical change. And it's like, literally, you're just using the bathroom. Go in, get out, and be done. Like everyone else. That's what everyone's doing in there. The problem is you're placing your concerns for cis men on trans women.
Yep, not the same thing. Jay just pointed out as well, they care about women's sports all of a sudden. Get them better pay, better equipment, better fields. They don't give a fuck about girls and women's sports. They're just trying to oppress trans women.
Literally that. I'll constantly bring up whenever anyone has something to say about Leah or any of these other really wonderful athletes.
Right.
Baby, I don't give a fuck about sports myself. I don't care. I don't watch those sports. But they are part of my community, so I'm going to fight for them. I do not see you talking a lick about women's sports. I know I've been talking about the wage gap for women for a decade now, since I found out about it whenever I was a teenager. And let's talk about the wage gap for female athletes. Why are these cis male athletes able to make millions of dollars where these cis women and trans women are making hundreds of thousands of dollars for the same exact sport?
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me so angry.
Well, Derek just shared a meme with me, and it makes total sense. There are more people upset about Leah swimming than are upset about Brock Turner, who raped a girl, and the judge let him go because he has a very promising career ahead of him.
Oh, bless his heart. What's he up to these days?
He's still a rapist.
Just boys being boys. Boys being boys.
Like, apparently, I'm going to Google him right now, because apparently he was, like, having trauma from having to live through that. Well, what about the girl you raped?
And I bet Brett Kavanaugh's having trauma, too.
No. Brett Kavanaugh has to deal with a strong black woman who is gonna basically outdo him in every way at his
Hello?
job.
The kids are not all right.
She already has. I loved her response. How can we make sure that you are well-rounded enough? Because I have more experience on this in the circuit court than any other judge on this panel. And
Yeah.
what?
Question.
Mhm.
What,
The questions they asked of her were just obscene.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have gone over a lot tonight, and I think we crossed all of my notes off. If not, I'm going. Actually, we hit all of my notes that I had for tonight.
all of them.
We got fired up. We talked some serious stuff, and you know what? We had a good time doing it too.
We did.
So, and because I am a terrible person and did not remember to give you all a chance to say goodnight, I'm going to remember to do that tonight. And Jay pointed out, what about Brittany Griner, who is missing in Russia now?
Exactly.
If you really care about female sports, stop focusing on Leah and pay attention to Brittany as well.
Right.
But it is almost 10:30. We have gone a
Nice.
half an hour over.
Nice.
I want to take a moment specifically to thank our Patreons for sticking by us. Vicky, Robin, Daniel, Chanel, Estee, Jeremy, Corey, and Josh. We are going to be coming up with something fun during Divas Down Under this week. We have to remember to do it though. We gotta actually
Cassie
do it.
said she would film it for us. So
Yep. Speaking of which, Amethyst, where is that lip tutorial?
yeah, that'll be coming soon. Very, very soon. Very so soon.
Before we wrap for the evening and before we say our goodnights, I would like to bring up Derek's other helpful drag tip for the week.
What is it?
I just want to have a small conversation about this. Derek's helpful drag tip: wear some damn panties.
No. Never. No, I tried wearing panties the other day and I hated it. And I was just sitting there. So I'm going to keep rocking. It was just not right. It was not fitting right. It wasn't going right. My stockings were getting stuck. I was like, are y'all hot? I'm having a heart attack. No. I wear a girdle. I wear stockings, a girdle. Y'all get in the fantasy. The realness. The realness.
No, let's specify. Now, wearing panties, that's what I do not wear panties in drag. I wear my body shaper and my cincher, which has a thong bottom to it. So undergarments, yes. I don't go, look at my, that's another culture.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
That's for another podcast.
I think it was more based on, like, we're starting to see girls on RuPaul's Drag Race with, like, the Barbie crotch just out for the world to see.
Barbie crotch with no shape. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Look at the big ribs. Oh, yeah, whenever the girls squat down and it's just like, meh.
I've always said, if you're not going to wear a panty, paint on your hootenanny.
No panty, hootenanny.
Hootenanny.
Mess. Just an FYI, y'all, I'm rocking nude. I'm naked underneath all my clothes. So come through to a drag show and you're going to see what you're going to see. Specifically, my ass.
Get into it.
Anything that what is it? If I wear a leotard, understand you're going to be getting the show. You're going to be seeing all the cheeks.
All them cheeks.
Clapping.
Leotard, ass by the yard.
Yes.
Well then, that being said, Amethyst, do you have any last words for the kids at home?
I'm eating a cookie right now.
You're welcome. That goes with the donut you had earlier.
Oh, the donuts. I can't wait to eat more donuts. But tonight was good on so many levels. One, because we weren't under our personas. You actually got to see the people that we actually are. And that's so important that you get to know the people that we are to help you better understand how to interact with us when we are our personas.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that we are human, knowing that we work very, very, very hard to bring you that entertainment that you see, knowing that we are the same. We are the same. And we love you so much for all the love and the support and the money and everything that you bring to us. Keeps our lives going. This is my job, and I want you to know me for me, not the person that I present to you under the lights, under the wigs and the makeup, who is just a facet of who I am as Dustin. So thank you for watching us tonight and for getting to know us behind the makeup. Thank you to all of my trans brothers and sisters who we celebrate and we love and we stand beside, behind, and push forward. Thank you to my co-hosts, to my hosts, to Jade and Anastasia, to you both for another successful week, another successful Wednesday. And Anastasia said bye. That's fine. That's okay. I still love her. But thank you, everybody, for your continued love and support. It means the world. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Under different circumstances.
Much different circumstances. Anastasia's phone died, but she did want to say have a great night. That happens when we go over our time. It happens. I had such an amazing night tonight. It was really nice to just put Jade away for a night and just let Mitch have a night in the spotlight.
Just breathe. We need to breathe.
Yeah. And not have antenna prosated onto my forehead. That was great. To everyone who is watching tonight, thank you. This was a very good dialogue back and forth tonight. And I was noticing the comment section. Most of us do go back and rewatch the episode and watch your comments. And, it is a joy for us to see that. Thank you for your continued support and your continued love. To our Patreons, I promise we will get more content up there soon. It has been an absolute crazy time lately. You got a tour of my hotel room. Like, that's some shenanigans right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, I'm on the road, so I'm going to give you a tour of what it's like being on the road. To everybody who is planning to come to Divas Down Under, make sure you get your tickets for next month's show. Like I said before, it is going to be the Rehoboth Beach Queens Invasion 2.0 with Pola Frost, Poison, Deja Diamond Jamassier, Christina Dahl, Katarina Couture, Amethyst Diamond, and Jade DeVere. Also on April 14th in Thomasville, Pennsylvania, we will be doing Miss Ruby's All Drag Review with Ruby Strippers, Jade DeVere, Amethyst Diamond, and Freya Rose. So make sure you get your tickets for that. And the very next evening, a brand new venue in King of Prussia. So for all of our Philly and New Jersey friends who I've already been talking to and hoping are getting their tickets already, we are going to have the Queens of King of Prussia with Fancy Dismount Stratton, Callie Couture, Jade DeVere, Aloe Vera, and Amethyst Diamond at the King of Prussia Diner, Bakery, and Bar.
That's right. We serve biscuits and buns.
Exactly. Ooh, I don't know which are which. Anyway, but everyone, thank you all for joining. This is us this evening. Tomorrow next week we have an amazing episode planned. Amethyst and I will both be here with our remarkable guests. I found our next guest on TikTok, and her and I have been chatting, and she's very excited to join us. Natasha Hundreds, all the way from LA, is going to be joining us, as well as a local king to us, Mr. Xander Valentine will be on the show.
Okay.
So get ready, kids. It's going to be a fun night, but we have reached the end of our evening. So
we have.
Good night, kids.
Good night, everybody. We love you.